Welcome back, Hollywood Horror Film Club. Haven't seen you guys in a little over a week. How'd y'all like the new intro? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, haven't uploaded in like a little over a week because I've been working on some stuff. Like I'm working on a skateboarding part for my video part with my friend, starting like a skateboard team and stuff, company. And we're also working on our fan film, The Ghost Space. So I need to take time to do that stuff, but we're back again this week at Hollywood Horror Film Club with this it's just like a relatively short video on some updates on new horror movies that are coming up, mainly the ones I got an eye out for Scream 7, Terrifier 3, and there's a new Leprechaun. Yeah, so okay, let's get started. Now stay hydrated. Yeah, so we'll start with Leprechaun first, since I haven't really been able to find that much info on that movie yet. I'm pretty sure there's more shit gonna come out later, but this is all I was able to find right now. Since I'm such a stoner, I gotta write my shit down because I forget a lot of shit. Anyway, for the new Leprechaun movie, apparently the studio making the film is Lionsgate, which that's actually pretty good. Not bad. They made the Saw movies and a few good other horror movies. So that's already like a plus right there. It sounds like it's a studio that will stay true to the original movies and, you know, have passion for the project, you know, instead of just some like the last ones that came out, Leprechaun and those newer ones. Like there was one called Leprechaun. This was like a sci-fi movie or something, and it wasn't even about a leprechaun. It was like some like 10-foot tall giant monster thing. And then there was another Leprechaun with Leprechaun, but that shit was just whack. So I'm hoping they go back to like the original roots and stuff of the movies, you know. Let me see. So it's gonna be directed by studio making it is Lionsgate. It's going to be directed by Felipe Vargas or something like that. With a script by Mike Van Wees. Okay, not bad. Sounds cool. Haven't really seen anything from them, or you know, watch any shows or movies from them, but I'm pretty sure since they're at the level where they're at and they got hired to write this, I'm pretty sure they got hired for a reason because they're probably good. Apparently Warwick Davis isn't going to be returning. I don't know if this is actually from him saying he's not, but from what it looks like, whoever made this little article on the new Leprechaun movie says that Warwick Davis, the original Leprechaun, is not set to return. Maybe not yet. Who knows? Offer him up a good deal, huh? What else? Horror producer Roy Lee will be producing alongside Miri Yoon. That's good. That's good, because once you have someone that's like a horror producer and shit and like is a fan themselves, you know that this project might have some passion to it and some people behind it that actually care about the character and not just, you know, making some quick money and shit off of us. But for Leprechaun, that's honestly all I was able to find right now. I'm pretty sure, like I said, there'll be more info coming out later on it. But that was all I was able to get on Leprechaun. Now, let's move to the bigger stuff. Terrifier 3. Hell yeah, dude. Terrifier is badass. I love the fucking first two movies. Terrifier is like pretty cool because in a way it almost makes me think of what Michael Myers could have been if he would have just kept the clown mask. If they would have just used the Emmett Kelly clown mask instead of the Captain Kirk, I feel like Michael would have been some kind of Terrifier type motherfucker, you know? Because he already did like making pranks in the first Halloween. Michael Myers, he would set like little fucking Lindsay Wallace's house when he kills Bob, Linda, and fucking Annie in it. He sets up a like some kind of like a decoration with Bob's body where he comes out swinging from the closet. And then he also decorates Annie's body with a gravestone, and fucking Linda's in the closet too and shit. Yeah, like Michael, I feel like Michael could have been something like that. Michael Myers, like Terrifier and shit, if he would have kept the clown mask and shit. But anyway, let's not get off topic. Right, so Terrifier 3, here's what I read about the new news for this upcoming movie. The plot of the film is being kept secret. No surprise there. I mean, it's a big production. Why would they want to give it out, you know? Also, David Howard Thornton and Lauren Lavera are set to return. Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. Because now you know the movie's going to stay in the in the same continuity as the first two because the same people are making it, which I love to hear. I love to hear that the same teams return for the sequels and shit. Um, Filming is set to begin in November or December 2023, so that's like just in a few months. So that shit, that's actually relatively soon. Yeah, dude. Like I understand why December. You know, it's still like post Halloween, November and shit. So a lot of decorations are still in the stores and shit, so they could fucking take advantage and film stuff. Still, I mean, the weather at that time still looks like fucking. Well, I mean, it's kind of sunny early in October and September, but towards the end, like yeah, it starts getting kind of cloudy. Yeah, and starts filming in November 2023 for a late 2024 release, which is probably like around Halloween time and shit, which is gonna come out September, October, around that time. Also, there's something else that one of the people in this article wrote. They said there is a potential for part 3 to have a part 4 continuing 3 stories. So what it basically saying is that there's a potential for part 3 to be a two-part movie. So this is the first part of part 3, and then the next one will be the second half of part 3. So it's still one movie, it's just in 2 parts. I guess that's how big the story, they're thinking about making the story still. Let's see. Oh, and also there's a potential for part 3 to have a part 4 also itself. So yeah, they're going into the series, yeah, it's becoming a series, the Terrifier movies, which is cool with me. I don't care. I like Terrifier. I like old school horror like that. It's just about killing and shit, you know. Yeah, so there's a potential for part 3 to have a second part to it. Like I said earlier, it's one movie but in 2 parts, kind of like when they did Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Breaking Dawn Part 2, like that. Terrifier Part 3 Part 1 and Terrifier Part 3 Part 2, and then there's also potential for a 4th Terrifier movie. They're trying to say after that. That's crazy, and that's badass. Damien Leone, something like that, is set to direct again, along with producer Phil Falcone. Perfect. See, they gotta keep the same fucking teams, dude. They gotta keep the same fucking teams making the movies, the sequels and shit. That's what I feel. Old school horror movies like in the 80s, 90s, 70s, they failed at was not having the same teams return to make the sequels. Or else I feel sequels would have been a little bit better back in the day if the same teams returned. But you know, like what happened with Halloween until like what is it? Halloween 2, Halloween 3 was like the same team of people, and until Halloween 4, that's when they got a whole new team and shit. Yeah, so it fucks with the continuity and shit. You know, these people saw it one way, and then these people see it different way, you know. And I know it's just movies and shit, but different directors and shit, they use different camera lenses, dude, and different angles and lightings and shit. So you could tell the difference in filmmaking. That's why I love that they're keeping the same team of people, so it keeps that continuity going, you know. And that's, like I said earlier, I feel that's what hurt old school horror movies in the past, was like starting making sequels with a whole new team of people, maybe like 1 or 2, 3 or 4 people from the old group, you know, from the first film. But anyway, they will have a significant bigger budget. That's good. That means more blood, more gore, more cool effects and shit. It's going to be the goriest art we have ever seen. You see, that's another thing I heard too, that they're saying this art coming up in Terrifier 3 is going to be like the gnarliest art, like the most grossest, fucking disgusting psychopath that we're going to see. And it sounds badass, dude. It sounds badass to me. Very, very good. Terrifier 3. Can't wait for this in 2024. And now for the cream of the crop, everyone. The one everyone's been waiting for. The news everyone is always fucking dying for. Scream 7, motherfuckers. I heard some pretty weird shit about Scream 7. It's all over the place, honestly. I don't know what to believe anymore about Scream 7, honestly. But everything I read right now, you should take it with a grain of salt, because the information I got here, the person who wrote it themselves said I should take it with a grain of salt, because the info's all over the place right now, you know? And I don't want to be fucking giving off fake news and shit like that, you know, and the fucking throwing actors' names in there that, that probably none of this is even all true and shit, But like I said, take it with a grain of salt, all the info for Scream 7, because none of it is really confirmed, honestly. it's just a lot of speculation right now. But yeah, here we go. This is what I've heard so far about Scream 7. Probably nothing you guys have heard either. But yeah. Apparently there's 2 cast members that are supposedly already signed up for Scream 7. That's crazy, right? 2 cast members are already supposedly signed up for the sequel, Scream 7. But we don't know exactly. We don't know. 2 cast members are signed up for Scream 7, but we don't know who exactly yet. But there's 2 cast members signed up for Scream 7 already. They're already contracted to return and everything once they start filming. But we don't know who exactly yet. Also, I heard another thing, maybe a few days ago, that Sydney is not even in the current script. That she's not even in the current script. She's not even in the current story. But Paramount has interest in bringing her back. But I don't know in what way, because she's not even in the current script right now. But supposedly they're trying to find ways to bring her in. So that tells me that they probably didn't even have Scream 7 planned with her since its release anymore, since she wasn't in fucking 6. For them to be saying that she's not even in the script, but Paramount has interest in bringing her back. So I guess they must have decided later on, oh yeah, we should bring her back and stuff, Which is pretty weird. Like I said, take this all with a grain of salt. Also, a ghost phase we didn't know about in Scream 6 could carry on into Scream 7. And speaking of that, I honestly feel like that might be Danny, dude. That might be Danny and he might be the other cast member already signed up, because he once said in an interview that he was supposedly going to come back for Scream 7. He said it in an interview right before when they were releasing promos and behind the scenes stuff when Scream 6 came out. He said in an interview, they were in the subway set, he said something about him coming back, and he's even smiling about it. So if that's the case, I feel like Danny might be the secret ghost phase that was working with Quinn, Bailey, and Ethan and shit in Scream 7. Or could have possibly, if they decide to do this, he could have been working with Jason and the Greg guy, He could have been working with them. But definitely, I feel like Danny might be a secret ghost face. He's just too perfect. Just like Tatum said in fucking Scream 1996 about Billy. He's just too perfect. I knew there had to be something wrong with him or something, she says. But yeah, apparently, yeah. Like I said, take this all with a grain of salt. But honestly, I wouldn't mind Danny as a ghost face. But I think it will be a bummer for people that are into the whole Sam and Danny relationship thing for him to be a ghost face. But yeah, like I said, dude, take all this with a grain of salt. And I don't mean the Terrifier and the Leprechaun stuff, mainly the Scream 7 stuff, because the Scream 7 news is all over the place, dude. You hear all this different shit everywhere about it. So yeah, but I mean, whatever they decide to do, honestly, at this point, I don't care. I'm just a horror fan. I buy the costumes. I like doing the cosplay, making my own movies. They could do whatever they want with their franchise at this point. I don't care anymore. I'll go watch it still, just because fucking Ghostface is in it, But yeah, man. Those are the 3 new movies I'm waiting up on right now, until some other new shit gets announced. Scream 7, Terrifier 3, and the new Leprechaun movie. Alright, so thank y'all Hollywood Horror Film Club for tuning in today. Please hit the like and subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit the comments below if you want to know. And thank you again for joining me and supporting me on this channel. Let's keep it growing, this horror community. And I'll see y'all next time.